Today's master plan is starting to tackle this hood. I don't think we're going to get it completed in this video, which is fine because I want it to look good. It's not going to look factory and it certainly won't be perfect, but it does need to look presentable. So after we remove the hood, which you guys have seen me do that a gazillion times. So again, that's something I'll just leave out. Don't want to waste your time. But we need to take some things into consideration. What kind of material are we going to use to fill this 10-inch gap? What about the breather cutout? What about rivets? What about material are we going to use? Fiberglass, aluminum, steel? What are we going to use to fix this? What I'll tell you is in this video, I've got an idea that's going to take us outside of the shop. So that'll be fun. We'll go on a little field trip. Yay. And then we'll kind of figure out how this is going to work. And I will be totally honest, like I always am. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done this before. And I don't have anything master planned to get this done. So we're just going to kind of struggle through this and get it done. What I can tell you, too, is that if we have to start over with a new hood, well, then we'll have a real cool shop ornament hanging up somewhere in here, and that's all right too. So let's go ahead and get this hood off, get the semi out of here, and see what's next. All right, so we're over at my neighbor's place, and he happens to have this aluminum paneling that came from some gas station or something. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it up. He's told me go ahead, and we're going to see if we can use this for the hood. So hang tight and let me start cutting. Okay, we got her. So it's been a few days since we cut up that aluminum section off of whatever that thing was, which, by the way, I think that was to a sign, some big aluminum sign for advertising or something. So we've got that section in here. That's that green part. I've also got the hood in here, like you can see. And what I think we're going to start with is removing these. Now, all this is various dimple dyed and holed aluminum put together and riveted. I've been doing a lot of thinking on how the heck to do this, and frankly, I don't have a whole lot of experience with aluminum, but I think what we're going to do, at least for this video, and just to get the hood extended where we need to, is we're going to cut out a section that'll be I guess the length of whatever it is all the way around. We're going to put another section under it to hold the two together, and we'll just run some small bolts in there for now, and down the road we'll get to doing some kind of rivets. The huck rivets is what is called that these are originally put together with, and those things aren't too expensive, but the rivet gun itself is ridiculous. So I don't know what to do with that. So I think what we'll do is we'll just get this thing started and looking good enough to get put back on the semi and leave it for now, and we'll address that down the road. So behind me, I've already started taking this one apart. This thing is challenging. I'm trying to save this because my whole thought was just to move it back that 10 inches. I don't know if we're going to be able to or not. So let's go ahead and get these two off. Then what I think we'll do is we'll measure, I want to call it circumference. It's not a circumference. Whatever the distance is from this corner to that corner all the way around, so we know how long we're going to have. Then we'll take that number and see if we can do it all in one piece. I think it'll be close. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll find out. So let's go ahead and get this one off and that off, and then we'll go from there. If you look here, we've got some kind of attachment or latching mechanism here, and that's riveted into this aluminum. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and cut off all of these rivets, knock a hole through, separate this, come back to the outside, do the same thing, and hopefully we can get these off without destroying the actual hood. I don't know if we're even going to use these. I guess that's something for the future to determine. But right now, let's go ahead and keep working on this. So I've got my handy dandy cutoff wheel, and I'm just gonna go here and do, there's quite a few of them, so I'm thinking a good time lapse on the situation here. Let me get some safety gear, we'll get started. Okay, we got the proper PPE. One thing I don't like about safety glasses or shields is you can't see nothing. Oh well, better than getting a chunk of aluminum in the eye. Here we go. All right, so we got these end things off. So that was less than pleasant to deal with. So now what I'm going to do is take my trusty tape measure and very crudely see if I can just get a rough idea as to how long I need to cut this piece or how long I need a piece to be. So let's just see, and we're just under 10 feet. All right, so now I'm going to measure this green thing. Let me get you turned around. So just under 10 feet, and this thing is, let's see here. Oh man, it's almost 11 feet. So since this is going to be the right length for us, what I think I'll do is go down from up here, make several marks at the 10-inch mark, all the way down, and then take some tape so I can basically tape my cut line, and then we'll cut that strip out. Let's try it and see what happens. I don't know exactly how I'm going to deal with up there at this corner because it's rolled. It's not welded or anything. So we may have to get creative on that. We do have a hole here, but the other thing is I need a strip, probably, I don't know, maybe half that, 5 inches, so that we can connect the two pieces. So let me go ahead and get this cut, and then we'll kind of see what we got here. I've got everything set up. I marked that 10 inches and then ran a tape down there so I have a nice cut line. I'm going to try and get this pretty darn straight. So I'm going to take my time, go slow, got my cutoff wheel, and we're just going to hopefully get this as close to perfect as we can. I'm kind of still up in the air about the whole semi-build as far as what the final outcome is going to look like. I don't know if it's going to be like some show quality thing or just a good workhorse or a rat roddy looking thing. That's still up in the air. But either way, I still want this to look good. So I'm going to take my time. We'll cut that first one. The second one isn't as important because it's never going to be seen unless the hood's open. And it's just going to be underneath connecting the two halves. So let's go ahead and get this cut and try and get it fit to this thing. Okay, we got that line cut. Now we need to figure out what the heck we're going to do here. And I kind of have an idea. This aluminum is easy to work with, obviously, so I think what I might try is to get a regular grinding wheel and see if I just can't thin it down enough and maybe fold it back. So let's get it upright and see. You know, kind of looking at it, I might still want to cut this. So I'm gonna go ahead, do another tape line. That works good. Got her. All right. Well, I look like I got in a fight with a glitter bug. So now we're going to go ahead and do this one more time to our 5-inch piece. And there's plenty of material left on this thing that if something doesn't pan out real good, we can do it again. Not that I want to, but that is a possibility. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again. And then, man, we're about ready to extend this hood. We got our 10-inch piece. I'll do about a 4-inch piece, maybe 5-inch piece, and we're going to be rocking and rolling on it. So hang tight and I'll show you once I get everything cut, and we'll try to come up with a game plan for this. So here you can kind of see what I was talking about. That thinner piece is going to be the tie-in between the hood and the new piece. So I'm going to spend some time massaging this and shaping it into place. I'm going to drill some holes and put some screws in it for now. I think that's going to do it for this video. Kind of a short one. Just wanted to give a quick update, show everybody where we're at, and we will keep rocking and rolling. The next video, hopefully we'll get this done, at least if the next video is on the semi. I got a couple other things in the works too. So like I've said before, we're going to jump in and out of the semi build. I want to keep a good pace on it, which I think we're doing okay with, but I do want to do some other projects as well. Plus we got to finish up that Roadster. So thanks for checking everything out. I really appreciate everybody's comments and watching these videos and everything else. A lot of great support. So keep it up. Appreciate everything. We'll see you on the next one.